Hello, hello.
What's up, guys? Hello, everyone. Sorry, we're a little late. We were having a little technical difficulties, but I think we figured it out for the most part. Thank you guys for those who have already tuning in live and been waiting on us. Thank you so much for tuning in. We have our second episode of the My Action Figure Customs Painting Academy, and today's special guest and teacher is Luis Torres. We're very happy to have him on. Thank you. So, with no further ado, big round of applause, please, for Luis. What's up, my man?
What's going on, How we doing, fellas?
How are you? How are you today?
Action.
Nice. First and foremost, thank you so much for agreeing to doing this show with us and being on. I feel like we're going to have a great time painting and answering questions and doing all that fun stuff.
Yeah, this is my favorite episode of
He's not biased at all.
No, not one bit. So let's start off with you, Lou. Like, tell us a little bit about yourself, man. How you got into the whole customizing thing, all of that stuff, man, all that fun stuff.
For roughly, probably almost 20 years now, off and on. Mm-hmm. And 1/6 scale figures, hot toys, and things like that. And then I started doing customizing on that end. Started out very little, painting a head sculpt here. And then that hobby got way more expensive. So I was like, you know what, I can't do this no more. Mm-hmm. So I kind of sold that whole entire, started seeing like Mythic Legions at Toy-Con, New Jersey at the line, take a look at them. I thought they were cool. Then I found I bought some and they're like, these are cool. I bought some of the Legion builders and I'm like, these are kind of plain. And then I started getting a couple sculpts from that old tool. Then I started buying some in it.
He does amazing work.
Mm-hmm.
I was in this little group where he started selling his sculpts to M.A.F.C. and he would gonna do a drop next week. He would drop and like there was only like 15 of us like scavenged towards all this stuff, and he'd do all these secret little drops, and then finally which I think he should have because they're awesome sculpts. They're really, really great. So
very nice.
Yeah, then I started painting from there, head sculpts here and there, So that's how it went, man. That's how it goes.
I hear you. The life of a customizer, right?
Yeah, I enjoy it. It keeps me from going insane, dude. I have a bad day. I come downstairs and I'm like, let me paint something, and then it just calms me down,
Now, are you strictly Legion oriented customs? Like you stick with that line mostly when you do your customs, or have you ventured out into, let's say, like NECA or any other toy lines?
I collect a variety of toy lines. And big G.I. Joe is one of my things since I was a kid.
Yeah, I can see quite a few behind you.
Right? Yeah. What's that up there? Yeah.
Yeah. And with the Valiverse stuff offering like a troop builder, and they're like $20, and it's just a plain box. So I actually I'm gonna make a Punisher out of one of them. So I'm waiting on the
Nice.
parts. So
Neat.
I'll venture a little bit into that.
Nice.
But basically M.A.F.C. Basically Legions at the moment,
Mm-hmm.
and Savage Crucible has the offer, and hopefully when that drops and we get a couple of those in hand, guys like the Legions. So I'm hoping,
Lou, are you
leaning
gonna
with
get to
that
go
stuff
to
as
PowerCon?
well. Going to PowerCon, no, I have
No,
not. So
You have
I'm
to say-
hoping that we have great pictures coming out of there from what's
Yes.
going to be offered. I mean, you know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
was
All
gonna
the
say, 'cause,
protos and stuff.
yeah, they're gonna be there at table 120. So
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
yeah, go ahead, Lou. Finish what
Yeah.
you're saying.
Tim, you're going, right?
no,
Oh, you're not going.
No,
Okay,
no,
I thought
no.
you were going to go.
it was up in the air.
Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah, it's going to
But,
be
you know,
interesting to see,
Yeah.
what they have to offer. They did paint it up, and I thought he looked great.
Yeah, being a single dad, it's not easy to run away and go do a bunch of
Just get up and leave.
Hey, being a married dad away.
Right, yeah. Fair enough.
Right. Well, speaking of that too, anybody in the comments going to PowerCon, first and foremost, have a good time, have fun, and definitely take some pictures and share with the rest of us. We'd love to see, if there's any new parts as far as my action figure customs or whatever Savage Crucible stuff is going on. We'd love to see all of that, even the Horseman stuff. So definitely
even want to
post
see
those pictures.
Pick up some
And I
Olivia
want-
waves so we can buy them off you.
not gonna,
Please.
they're not bringing them, bro.
Oh,
Yeah, no
that's-
Lithia, I don't think there.
Really?
They're not, because people are still, and you know what? I think it's the right move, because I don't have my orders in stock, and other people getting them when they haven't
Oh,
fulfilled.
right.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
You know what? Yeah, that is totally fair then. Yeah.
So they're not going to have those, but they're bringing a whole bunch of other stuff. So I mean, hey, guys, whatever the hell they bring, so it doesn't matter. You know that.
Yeah.
So, but I'd like. Shit. The AWOC stuff. What's the shit?
Yeah, Animal Warrior.
Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. They're gonna be there at Power.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, they're gonna be there.
And actually, they just made an announcement too that My Action Figure Customs is going to be doing 3D parts for them as well. So that's pretty exciting to see what the sculptors are going to be coming out with in the future for that line. It's going to be pretty interesting.
I think it's a great collaboration, to offer the 3D parts, because
I actually went in and placed an order because of that.
Yeah,
I mean, they look
that's
great. They look great, but I'm not, I'm very particular on what I like to work with. You know what I mean? I normally stay in the realm of obviously knights, and I mean, you guys know. So it takes a lot for me to want to brave into something I'm not really familiar with. So, but yeah, they look fantastic.
Speaking of looking fantastic, Tim, did you fluff your beard for the episode?
I used a hair dryer.
Yeah,
it
looks very good. I must.
I took a shower, Stel. Thanks a lot.
Oh, you know what that is?
I cleaned for Lou.
Well,
Nikki
coming back to
wasn't
Lou,
important. I don't have to be clean for Nikki, but Lou, I had to wash the balls. You know what I mean?
That's great.
Bring up Happy Pursuit's comment.
Let's see.
No. There's another one. It's by Happy Pursuit.
Oh, by Happy Pursuit. Gotcha.
Yeah.
That one?
Yeah. Oh man, what a bummer. You should go.
Oh man, I would go, man. Man, you already spent all that.
Yeah. What? Oh man, you should.
Anybody interested? Hit your boy up in the comments.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
The thing is, with this community,
Happy Pursuits of what? Staying at home? Come
I
on, buddy. Get out there. Get
That's
out
a
in the world.
mystery. Not obliged to answer that.
the good thing with this community is you can go by yourself and you've met on the cabal or
You're not
any
gonna be alone.
other.
There's no way you're gonna be alone.
You're not going to be alone. Oh, you're so and so, and there you go. You know, I mean, and before you know, you're going to weekend. So you should just go, man. Just go.
Yeah, you're gonna have a good time.
That's the way I feel about it. But they're always fun. That looks like a huge convention.
He's like just saying, yeah, he can't. He got the green light, but yeah, he's saying next time.
All right. Well, at least he knows for next time.
William Roberts,
all these different people coming in. So we got
William Roberts post.
Let's see. Yeah, Lou's Godfire stuff is beautiful.
I don't have anything that I can shoot and ready. I do have the freaking hey Stelios. Look, I caved.
Oh, we got the Joe Russo head.
Yeah,
is that what that really is? That's
yeah, dude. I don't know if you got.
That's what I call it. I don't even know what its name is. It's just the Joe Russo head.
It is the Joe. When you buy it, it says not the Joe Russo head, but. Post just said tons of Mythic Legions boxes at PowerCon. Will. So he must be there already.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he says tons of Mythic Legions boxes at PowerCon. So that means
who said that?
Ooh, yeah, I can't find
No, I just got a
oh, gotcha.
Rob. Yeah.
Just got a message.
Oh, right on.
He must.
Right on. So they're gonna have a ton of stuff.
They're gonna have a ton of stuff.
Right.
And speaking of with the guys too, they are at PowerCon. So they're trying to. I think they shipped out pretty much whatever orders they just had from that sale. They just had going on last week, 50% off sale at the M.A.F.C custom store.
Man, I grabbed so much stuff.
Yeah, that was a great sale, and definitely stay tuned. They'll be restocking things once PowerCon kind of dies down, and they have some time to think on that. So restocks will be coming in and all that. So stay tuned, guys. But coming back to the subject at hand, Lou, what? So we got a little bit of info as far as how you got in the whole customizing thing. When it comes to your customs, what do you prefer to use as far as paints, brushes, anything that you have specifically made for yourself that you use or you recommend for people?
Dell guy, I've been using it forever, so I'm very familiar with it. 5% of my paints are Citadel. But I do use a little bit of Vallejo, and that, but it's mainly Citadel. Even my brushes are Citadel. I just like them. I'm used to them,
Right.
As far as stuff for painting, to hold my pieces up and things like that. This is just a piece of styrene that you can get at a hobby shop.
I love that, dude. That's
really
cool.
And then I just bought a piece of block wood, drilled, and then the styrene pieces they're cheap. Right.
So
they come something like this. This is
cool.
This happens to be a small one. See, so this comes with.
Where'd you say you picked those up, Lou?
Any hobby shop, Hobby Lobby, any local hobby shop will have them. This cents, and you get 3 big tubes, and then you can basically, you cut them and all types of stuff. Those I use little wooden dolls. Here's smaller plastic ones here.
Nice.
What are you putting on the end of
those? I'll use for. I can put a torso on it.
Are you putting?
I can do that. Painter's tape to make up the difference.
Okay.
Here's something this is painter's tape on that off.
See the blue? Working on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is another great piece. But yeah, and then I got this little set here. I got this from Hobby Lobby.
Nice. Curtis, you're not the only one.
And
I went and bought one myself.
Yeah, it just comes with.
I bought a case 2 years ago, so
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. So, you know.
I mean, that's pretty clever what you're using.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you want to, and to hold my paint, try to turn this around. I actually talked to Eric LeBron, and he showed me how to make these things. Dollar General, it's like it's like styrene almost. And I was, was able.
Oh, nice.
And I built these. So $3
That's awesome.
for like $3 or $4, and it holds all my
beautiful,
paint. So
man. That is beautiful.
Yeah, so you go try to buy something like that in the store, and they run you like 30 for like $5.
Yep.
Right.
Give or take.
Yeah,
and then I also
are definitely not
in
cheap.
the painting academy where we take shortcuts.
Yeah, that's right.
We improvise.
No, we take shortcuts for a good reason, and so we have an expensive hobby.
Using
buying figures and 3D parts, man.
It's not
and
anywhere money. Yeah.
Paint.
And then I also use a wet palette. I use.
Do you?
I used to not use one, but then it's like.
Yep.
The wet palette, you get more bang for your buck. Your paint. I can leave my paint in here, and this paint will stay fresh for at least 2 days.
Wow.
So I can look good. But I mean, and this thing is actually cheap. It's like $25. And it comes with everything you buy refills for it since I bought it. I've had it about 6 months now.
If you guys want to be a broke little bitch like me, take yourself to the dollar store. What is it? The Dollar Tree, which is $1.25 now.
Yeah.
Get yourself some of these. Let's see, McGormick's. They're like containers, plastic containers, right here.
Oh yeah.
Get that right there, and then they also have these like big sponges that you can get. You rip the green part off of the back. You set that right in the container right there. You fill that up with water, and you got yourself your wet palette. You get some parchment paper too.
Nice.
Parchment paper. It'll run you about $3 at Walmart. And you got yourself a beginner's wet palette.
Very nice, actually.
Hey, bro, whatever works, man. Wherever we can save
because like we said,
money,
if you're spending all this money on figures and paints and 3D parts and stuff, you got to cut some corners somewhere,
And obviously, you guys all know, like the hold the heads. I got from Walmart. That it holds the
Yeah.
I bought one of those, and that's pretty much what I use. I mean, technical, when I do eye pupils, I cheat. I use one of these.
Do you really?
Lie.
Yes.
Do you really?
I paint everything. All the colors get painted in.
Sure.
But when I go for that little black, I can't do it, man.
Now, Lou, for those that aren't familiar, explain what that is.
Yeah.
It's called a micron ink pen. Comes in black. You can get it at any local
felt tip, right?
It's a felt tip. It's a very fine tip.
Yeah. What's the number on that? 0.005?
005. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. That's tiny.
How many times you heard that, Tim?
My whole life. Tiny and disappointed.
Oh, took it a step further.
I just walk in the door and go, prepared to be.
Everyone.
That's great.
Strip down, but don't expect much.
When I do eyes, I actually kind of roughly sculpt them in with a little bit of light pencil.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Then I paint them, and I'll do a dot on the left, a dot on the right, and then a dot on the up with my iris area.
Nice.
And then once I get all my colors in, I'll actually go in with a pencil first and dot it right in the center where I want my pupil on that little micron pen, and then I'll hit it like that. And then you gotta leave it, because if you mess with that, the paint will go everywhere. You dot it and you leave it and you let it go in after that. And I put a gloss over the top of that.
Right.
Eugene,
man, I cheat any way I can.
Indeed.
Well, I think when it comes to eyes, anything goes. I think there's no written law of execution.
There can't be. I mean, I use paint for mine, but
yeah,
damn it, like I got so steady handed and careful, going in for that one dot. You know what I mean? But I also, for the back part of the eye, I do use the Adamant black.
Yeah. Yes.
So then when I go to do the actual like the pupil, right? Is that what that is? Is that the dot?
Yeah. The pupil. Yes.
That's where I'll use a Corvus black. So it's not as strong as the Adamant black.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
This too. I don't use it anymore.
Yes, I was going to say.
Use this for eyes. It was just to be like a quick dot, but I don't like it anymore. I just use this when I'm coloring in the colors. I use a very, very, very small.
Drew Grubb said, well, you know what? You are the winner, sir, because I've seen your work.
Yeah.
Hands down, that's amazing.
Yeah, if Drew says he used a tube, you don't question that. You just say, okay.
Yeah.
No, right. Yeah. Drew's got some amazing. When I paint in the eyes, I use, like when I'm doing the colors and everything, I use a War Gamer, the Psycho, they call it. But it's brush numbers. It's tiny, man. It's really, really, really small.
Oh,
wow. What is that?
It's called a paintbrush. It's tiny.
Look, I just peed all over myself. It's so funny. What size is that, Lou?
No, brush size is they call it a 7014.
Okay.
But it's I'll be honest, it's really small. So when I'm using this, I got my binoculars or whatever you want to call
goggles.
My goggles. I'm using with those. But eyes are, we could have a whole session about eyes.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I hear you. Somebody should. Eric Miller, I think, should do the whole session on eyeballs.
I think, that's already been established.
I think he unwillingly agreed to that because we kind of threw him in there. Oh, Eric
Miller
will do it.
No,
sorry, Eric.
Somebody tell him we gave him the honorable mention so he watches the video.
Yeah.
He's like, damn it.
When I was in the 1/6 community, there was a guy that was at water slide decal eyes, and guys were buying them. They couldn't handle it.
You're kidding.
Nope. They were like, I was like,
can you imagine the patients trying to do those?
I know.
Yeah, I'd rather paint one.
I'd rather, but guys were using them all the time. They said they loved them because they couldn't paint eyes. I was like, wow.
Holy shit.
Speaking of eyes, do you guys leave the eyes for last when you're painting a head, or is it something that you do
I do
first, let's say?
Eyes are always last.
I do. So like this guy here, I don't even have his eyes in. It was done.
Mm-hmm.
But he still needs eyes. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But like when I'm laying down skin tone, if I know I'm pretty much to where I'll paint the white in, because that's not hard. I'll paint the white in and I'll go back and hit the eyes last. That's usually what I do.
Yeah, I usually do the pupil, like the pupil part, the white. I'll do that first.
Yeah.
because even if I paint over
Yeah.
it, you just
Yeah.
you know. But that's just me. Don't listen to me.
Bring up Guillermo's comment.
That is a fail proof right there. Fail proof method.
That's great.
Yeah.
That is awesome, dude. That's really funny. That's great.
Oh, let's
That
see.
is real funny.
Trevor, he says
Extra fine.
Mia, extra fine.
Well, now you're gonna have to go into detail.
Mm-hmm.
What
Yeah,
is
I would like to know what that.
Must be a brush.
I would like to know what that.
It's got like 3 horse hairs made from a Clydesdale that is in heat. It must be in heat because the bristle of the hair doesn't stay up. No.
Let me tell
All
you
right,
guys,
well,
Trevor, man, he can pretty much do anything, man. He can photograph, he can paint, dude. The guy, he's good, dude. As much as he should. He's like, oh, I don't think I'm that good, but yo, he can paint, man.
well, that's good that he's humble.
Yeah, he's like, oh no. He's like, oh, I'm really not that good, but dude, the guy.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right. Well,
we're having too much
we've
fun
been
in
at
this
it for
episode.
about a half hour. You want to start painting, Lou?
Yeah, Lou, tell us what you got in store for us today.
So I've painted up this in the past. So I'm gonna try to see if we can duplicate. I wanted to be a little different. I know we've already covered a head on this show.
Mm-hmm.
Show something a little bit different.
Yeah,
see how we can kind of achieve something like this.
Let me ask you guys real quick. I know that piece is meant for a dwarf body. Has anybody ever tried it with like on a knight or anything to see how like the scale is?
I'll tell you right now, it's definitely smaller.
Mm-hmm.
No, but you know what? They actually have that. Yeah, they have that same torso available in human.
They do.
Oh,
they do have it. I've seen
Yeah.
that in the past.
I think it's coming. I think it's supposed to be coming like real soon.
Yeah, I think
it's been
once they get back, they'll probably be restocking some of these parts. So, if not the human size one, the knight size one, definitely the dwarf one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a great piece. I love it.
Yeah,
I had a blast painting mine.
Yeah, I actually have.
So here's what I got here. Prime all my parts. I just think the paint.
What primer do you
sticks
use?
Better to them. I use they got grays, whites. They're about $20 a bottle, but I mean, so I like to prime first before I start laying down base tones and things like that.
Let me ask you something, Lou, too. For those that might not be familiar with, when you prime something, do you go to prime it with a color that you're basically going to end up painting it? Like in a way, do you prime it with something similar that the final paint's going to be like to help you achieve that color, or does it not matter what type of primer you use?
It really doesn't. I've heard like if you're going for something lighter, you could put on a lighter primer. It doesn't really matter. I have all types of primer colors, but I like to do it in gray because it really tells you where you're covering with your paints and where you're going. Then if you see like, okay, I'm a little light over here, I can still see the gray shining through. I need to hit that up again. Mm-hmm. So yeah, camera here. Let me know if you guys got a good angle here.
Somebody's dog getting murdered or what?
My dog wants to go outside, and my friggin'. So once one wants to go, they all want to go.
Tilt it down just a little bit more, Lou. Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Yeah, see, tell me
beautiful.
When I'm good here.
I love that short, man. I love that fucking shirt.
Yeah, is that?
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah.
This is a Mezgo. Okay, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you bought this particular character, sent you the shirt. So
I should have bought that one. I really
so what I like to do.
do.
So what I like to do is I'll line my paints up in order how I want to use them. So this is going to be my base. This is going to be my shade. These will be my. So I know what the hell I'm doing. You know what I mean? That way I'm not searching around for paints. I kind of know. And actually, I also use for these particular paints at painters.
Oh, nice.
I throw them in my paint, so when I shake them around,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they're
really
cheap, man.
Really cool, Lou. To be honest,
they're cheap, man. And the good thing I like about the wet, since you already have water on it, you're not constantly dipping into your water to make sure the paint's flowing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's one thing I really like about it. So we'll start laying some paint down here. So I mean, you guys can.
Oh no, you're good, Lou. You
good.
do your
thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
Jinx.
So at this, I'm worried about detail. I just want to start getting some paint in here. You know, I'm gonna try to cover everything up. And I've always thought that the thinner the paint, it's better. It flows and it helps kind of keep the. You know, you put globs and globs of paint on there, and you'll start to lose some of the detail over time. And you're like, oh, what the hell happened?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a given.
You know, you'll see. You know, you see new painters, and they get all upset. They're like, "Oh, I couldn't figure it out. I'm not getting anything."
Yeah, I guess you could say a good rule of thumb is that, go with the thin paint because you can always add more paint.
Mm-hmm.
You can't take the paint away.
Yep, absolutely.
That's very true. And I've done it, man. I've much paint, and then I've had to strip something back and do it over again, and it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I hate that. That's the trial and error. You know what I mean? You learn as you go. You know.
So Lou,
you learn as you go.
Lou, generally, how long would it take you to paint a torso like this? I mean, you're moving along pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I lay the base down pretty fast. You know, I'm kind of going to be here all night with you guys. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's not that these 9 hours into this thing. So.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So this is the first layer. Covered pretty well. So I'll let it dry a little bit.
Yeah, that's
I'll let it dry a little bit. I love Citadel paints, man. They cover so good, good, man.
Me too, Lou.
I love them, dude.
Have any of you guys gone into the new colors that they just released?
No,
I haven't bought any yet.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna make a trip over to the shop that has them.
Yeah, I'm slowly.
Yeah, I got to. So what? I'll touch the. I got it drying right now. I'll touch it to make sure it's dry, and then I'll hit another. I'll hit it with another paint, another coat. So I'm a little wet a little bit.
So with you thinning the paint out, does it take less time to dry?
Yes, actually, like me today here, it's hot today. It's like freaking 90 out.
Yeah, humidity's rough.
So
today.
with the thin paint, it dries. But what I like about this particular torso is there's a lot of detail in it, but you don't really see that detail once you put that wash in there and you get it inside all those crevices and cracks and stuff. Then it starts, and then I use dry brush I can to make it look pretty good.
Nice.
We're pretty dry right here. I could probably hit another.
Put another colors. You say.
Coat on. All right, so we're laying.
Buy 9 and get the 10 for free. That's a pretty good.
Yeah, right.
That's a good deal.
I mean, their paints are pretty. They're expensive paints. Man. I'd rather have quality over quantity.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree. That's why.
You know what I mean?
That's the only thing I'll use now. I know a lot of people are like Army and Vallejo, but to me, this is. I mean, Citadel's just got it. They just got it.
Don't get me wrong. Vallejo and some of it. I use some of it.
Yeah.
But see, the problem is Citadel's easier to get. I can get it anywhere at any of my hobby shops or anything like that. So,
right. I got it.
Stick with it.
So,
I don't have to wait.
So if you had a choice, you would go with Vallejo.
No. I like Citadel better.
I got you.
I'll use certain things. You know.
Right. I think when it comes to Vallejo, you have to be really good at knowing how to mix paint. And correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like Citadel has a lot of paints kind of ready to go with colors, that you can just apply.
Yes.
I think Vallejo, you got to really know how to, mix paint really well. Not that that's the only reason you should buy it. You can definitely buy it if you like it.
Yeah. I'm not big into mixing paints. I mean,
I was just getting ready to ask you that, Lou, if you ever do. I don't either. I have a few
times.
I do
once in a while.
Right, exactly. It's pretty rare for me, but yeah, I have.
But Citadel offers that you can really without having to mix. You know what I mean? And their website, the Warhammer website, their guys ask them all the time on how they paint stuff, and they show you a lot of stuff. I've learned a lot. Website, they drop painting videos three times a week.
And there's so many YouTubers that paint miniatures that have videos.
So
those guys paint about as fast as you are too right now, Lou.
Yes. So this if you could see this particular, you see it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It covers so well.
Oh yeah.
So this is oats, and I'm actually pretty happy with that. I don't see any gray. So that's kind of what I wanted to establish there. So I'm kind of happy with the way that came out already.
Nice.
So I'll let that dry. And then the next phase is I'm gonna add my wash.
That's very true, Eugene, and it's a great pointer for those watching to know that if you do want to, or if you ever find yourself asking yourself like, oh, what's the contrast? What's the difference? Definitely watch those Warhammer videos because they'll actually talk about the specific product itself and what use it is best for. Because sometimes it might be going a little too quick on this show, so you can watch something that's a little more in depth on that specific subject.
They break things down, man. That they're like, especially they will tell you, hey, that's where when you were asking questions about primer, it's if you're looking for a certain color, and they're like, look, with the contrast, you need to use a particular spray, like a gray sear is going to be perfect for this. The contrast is very important. What type of what below it, because you're basically going over that.
All right. Hey, Lou.
Yes,
go ahead.
Cammy had a question. What color was that again?
This particular color is called Mornfang Brown.
Oh, I love that one. That's
it's a great brown. I mean, with Mornfang Brown.
Yeah.
Damn.
Especially on this handle. Wood is the best thing to use it on.
Guys, if you missed out on that rifle, you can thank Tim for buying all of those. That GD rifle is so nice.
Here's
and anybody, if you guys have seen what Eugene's talking about in the comment, where he's talking about that lava magma effect,
I love it.
He says he
Oh,
saw
man.
a tutorial on that. Those are so cool looking. So I'm
Fuck
actually
yeah.
gonna hit Eugene up and see what the video is for that because that looks awesome.
I think that's Citadel as well.
Yeah, he's doing great work with that crack stuff, the crack lava effect.
Really good
he's
stuff.
doing like, what is he, 365 days of customs, which I think is insane.
I know, right?
So he's doing okay. So my Torres looks pretty dry. I can start laying down some shade. So for this particular shade, so it's basically it's like a dark agri. So this is kind of like a brown, almost like a dark.
Nice.
And I put those little ball bearings, really watered down stuff, just to help mix the paints. And then here's another thing here. I bought this at my local hobby shop too. And basically
fits the paints in there. Nice.
Yeah.
What's the intended use for that?
You don't knock
No. I
understand.
I understand why you use it, Lou, but what's the intended part that it's made for?
It's made for this.
Oh, yeah, that's made for paint?
I think Nikki had the same thing, didn't she? Or no?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't
they
realize
sell
that.
Store. Yeah, they call it the paint pot. It's called a paint pot holder.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, it's right. You ever spill this shit everywhere?
Yes, I
and
have.
You're all so then you know exactly.
This bottle right here. Look how much is left, Lou. Look how much I was able to salvage. That's pathetic. There's
not. Is that Nolan oil?
Yeah.
Tim?
No, it wasn't Nolan oil. Fucking clowns. Argan Earthshade. But yeah, now I use these little tripod things. They're wonderful.
As I start to lay down this shade here, I want to keep it moving around. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to fall in all these cracks and crevices. I want detail in this sculpt here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Lou, do you go fairly heavy on the wash, or do you tend to?
I will go heavy. I try to do is I will go heavy, but I'm going to continue to move that around. You know what I mean? So it doesn't really blob up on you. It doesn't really puddle on you. You know, and I just use it straight out of the pot, and I'll keep moving it around to make sure that I don't have it heavy. And I just want to make sure that I'm happy where it's at and what it's got itself into.
I must say I like the little squeeze bottles for paint, but I do like Citadel's washes in those containers. It's so much easier than having.
I would
it out
if I could move these bottles, I would. But I mean, it's just so much freaking work, man. You know, it's these things here. I'm constantly cleaning the lid so they don't.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you gotta make sure you seal the Citadels really well too. Sometimes.
Yeah. Right. It doesn't even matter if you seal it properly. Sometimes that paint gets in there. Look how high back this one is. You know what I mean? Like it. It gets in there, man. You got to dig it out. That's your only choice.
I spend half the time with a small screwdriver than I do painting half the time. Yeah, so I try to move it around. I see where the wash is going. You know, I just want to see that it's getting into those crevices and those. Later on, you get a pretty good get a good idea where you're at. You know. And some people like to lay down all their base colors, as you can see, because I'm still going to need base colors here and here and a little bit of trim here. but I'll go for those particular parts because most of this is this brown is the majority of where you want to be.
Rich Kai says, "Don't be giving out too many secrets, King Louis."
My boy Kai, let me be a nice guy. And
I am such a freak for his work. I love
if
it.
If you think it's good in pictures, when you see it up close, that guy is the king of skeletons, bro. Ain't nobody better than him when it comes to a skeleton.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ,
bro.
Some love from,
I have skeletons
as well.
here that I don't want to paint up because I'm
so
like, yo.
So Rich, thank you for sharing your work, man. Because
for those of you that will attend Legion's Con this year, he will be there. And if you don't get a chance to go to his table, you're doing yourself a displeasure because his stuff is it's mind blowing. It's just mind.
No, yeah. If you're going there and he's there, you better swing by.
He's there. He's going to be there.
Yeah.
Last year, and I got to see his stuff. Actually, I'm actually planning to try. This is the longest step because, and I'm not even worried about it here because I want it to be dark there. You won't see most of that once it's inside of a sculpt anyway.
Sure.
But you brush that, a lot of that will disappear. So, but we'll let that dry.
Let me ask you this, Lou, because this is something that I've run into with when you're doing like a wash. Now you're storing it upright. Do you ever find that a lot of the wash will kind of run down and kind of collect more so on the bottom?
So what I do with that is if I went real heavy, which I didn't go too heavy here, as you can see, it's heavy, is it? But you do get you're always going to get a little bit of pooling at the bottom.
Like
you move, if you
kind of.
Usually what that's from is you added way too much, trying to get away. So what I like to do is I'll go in with a brush and I'll draw it out.
Soaks them out
quick. Yeah. So I'll take my wash brush, so I had a problem. Then I'd go back into the sculpt and be like, okay, say it's pooling here. I'll go back in and just take it out. Because if you don't catch it in time, it'll start drying and then you'll have a dry ring around here. Oh, shit. I don't like it.
Yeah, that's the worst.
We've all been there. We've all been there. We've all done it.
So bring up Eugene's last comment.
See it? So
absolutely. I mean, this is what it's about.
This is the core of this show when it comes down to it.
That's the whole purpose behind all of this is just for us to hang out and paint and show paint.
Yeah, and just shoot the shit.
Yeah.
No, the position.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, if you can't see it, it said one of the things I really enjoy about these shows so far is just the collective fans and painters sharing so much love.
Hey,
and
man.
Of course, we love what you're doing so far. But yeah, I mean, this is why Stell started this. I mean, this is his child. Yeah.
There's people that don't want to share what they do, and that's fine. You know what I mean? They don't want no.
Is it really fine? I mean, that's kind of prickish.
What's the point of art then?
Bro. Hey, look, I'm not a professional. I don't get paid to do any of this shit. You say, hey, man, I don't know how to do this. Can you help me out? If I know how to do it, I'm gonna tell you. Shared, Emil Wickman and me, we bounce stuff off each other all the time, and his Iron Man custom, he didn't know that color for the suit. And I reached out to him. I was like, bro, I've done that before. And he was like, oh, man. I showed him exactly where I found it, everything. He went and found it, and he couldn't stop thanking me because he said he was stuck. He didn't know what to do.
Yeah, that piece is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's another thing.
And
his Avengers are fucking breathtaking.
Yeah, he's making more, dude. He's bringing the whole.
I honestly got to say though, I think out of everything he's done so far, I think Emil's Batman is the best.
No,
I like it.
His Captain America
like
just is
no, dude.
So
that
good.
That Batman floored me. That was
it's pretty good.
So impressed. I have one Batman figure, and it's NECA's.
Dude,
That made me, Emil's made me want another Batman figure. I mean, seriously,
you got
a Legion Batman figure, not just a Batman figure.
to see his Incredible Hulk up. It's amazing, dude, because he took that head and he cut off what he didn't like about it, and he's never done sculpt clay before.
Yeah.
Was that the first time he said he had done that? Sculpted?
Yeah, he's only done digital sculpting before, regular sculpting before. So nuts. He goes, I wanted to try it. Show off.
Yeah, right. And his diorama.
Yeah, but he's
anybody going to Legion's Con is going to be on a treat because he will be there this year again. And one of the biggest letdowns for me last year was not being able to meet him and seeing his customs up close. But we'll get to see him this year.
He's a fan, of this line, and he loves it, and he's like a big kid, man, and he's such a nice guy, dude. He does some good stuff, man.
Humor. He's got a wonderful sense of humor.
Yeah, from
those videos
to his,
some of that stuff that he does. I laugh for days. That's impressive for me.
Right?
Star Wars one where he cut his hand off.
Man, I'll tell you what. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but the beard milk one, it's like honestly, anybody sees it, it'd be so corny. But I laughed so hard when I saw that for the first time. It's so good. Oh
shit.
It's funny. It's real funny, dude. He's a good dude all around, man.
His ears should be ringing right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you on that one. Yeah. He's just a really friendly guy.
Yeah, but Slate with
is that still drying, Lou?
Yeah, it's there. I can see it's almost there. But the thing with this, the thing with this particular shade, it leaves it really shiny.
I was going to say, is it shiny?
It's really shiny.
Yeah.
But see, I don't worry about. But see, I don't, because once I start knocking it down with the dry brushing and stuff, it'll take the shiny. And this is not supposed to be a shiny shade, but I don't know what it is with this particular. But it's almost dry.
Sometimes it come out shiny.
Are you using that one in particular just because it's brown? It's got that brown hue to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. You can use non oil if you want. That color there.
Are you familiar with that one, Tim?
Familiar with that?
The brown that he's using? No, because I like to use the Argax Earth Shade. I really like that.
That's what I'm using.
Oh, is that what you're using? Really?
It's this particular one.
I asked you earlier which one you were using, and I did not hear you say that.
Oh yeah, no. Oh, okay. Well, you could use non oil. Do you know what that is?
Yeah. I have both of those. I'm
breaking your balls, bro.
According to Stelios, I soak in it like Baron Harkonnen.
Yeah. I'm gonna make a picture of him coming out of like the Nolan oil, like Volgard is coming out of blood.
Now, so what I want to do is I want to start bringing some of the brighter, like bring some of the colors back out and kind of clean it up now. So what I'm gonna do now, scrag brown.
Nice. That's another one I love.
It's a lighter paint.
That's the one that has the back kicking up.
Yeah. That's so what I like to do is I'm going for like a leather torso, but it's it's been worn for a while. So you know what I mean?
Right.
To it. It's not new.
Sure.
So next 2 steps, I'll be dry brushing with that. So I'll be dry brushing with the next 2 colors. Yeah. And
that was the show, ladies and gentlemen. Lou showed us how to fold.
That's it.
Paper towel.
That's on.
This is a paid advertisement for Downy.
For Bounty.
Right? The quicker picker upper. So what I like to do with this stuff here is I don't like some people's gonna dry brush it to death, and then you're gonna lose a lot of that contrast and what you just did already. Point where I'm like almost nothing on my paper, and I'm just gonna like really like cake it on there because I still like that dark brown to show through. So what I'm basically trying to do is just lay it here, lay it there.
And when you press hard, it gets those certain spots that you actually want to be more highlighted, as if you were doing it with light. Yeah.
And I don't know if this is already showing through. I don't know if you're seeing it or not, but I'm hitting. Yep. And then now look over here. It's really dark.
Yeah, no,
dark on this.
Yeah, we can
you see
the
that
difference.
Yeah. There. I'm already happy with it. I'm already happy with that. I'm like, okay, that's good. I don't want to go no more because I still want to go through. Now that in there, you want to kind of leave that anyway. And then when I seal this, I'm gonna seal it with a flat primer and with a flat coat anyway. So that eventually.
Nice.
So I'm not too worried about that. So I'm just gonna keep working.
Nice.
Just getting a little bit on there, a little bit on here. Because I want it to look worn. I want to look like they've had this. He's been wearing it for a while.
Right.
It's been lived. Yeah. I mean, if I wanted to keep it shiny, like, he just bought this thing. Done. Show's over.
Yeah. Right.
That's it. We're finished here.
Forget about it.
Yeah, that's it. We're done there.
Yeah, I finally got my. Speaking of G.I. Joe's, circling back to that one. Sorry, I finally got my.
No problem.
Shadow.
He's great.
My Shadow and Spirit. Yeah, finally today. Bro, it took long enough.
I have great figures, dude.
Yeah.
And
that G.I. Joe line is harder by day to just say no to because there's so many cool figures that are coming out.
Well. If you do get into it, I mean, only get the ones you want, because if you want to be,
I know,
I gotta have them all. Fuck that. Most of them I think look like shit, but when they hit those classic colors,
certain ones though,
you're right. Like that Gun-Ho, that retro Gun-Ho is that's brilliant.
Dude, you want to know what's funny? Speaking of that, I'm sorry, Lou, but the retro Gun-Ho, it's a pretty different figure from the original because that somebody was like breaking it down. There's like new parts on it, new paint apps. Like they kind of changed the whole figure up.
I don't know about new parts,
the biggest,
but
it has supposedly a new torso of some sort from what guys were saying.
The biggest difference was his tattoo on the front should be an Eagle Globe and Anchor, and Hasbro didn't
that up.
Paid him to pay for that. So they put that other bullshit on his chest, and that's why a lot of people, and he's
the one they just released. That one has a bigger emblem from the older one on the chest. It's got a different mustache.
But
I love that it's just the mustache. I hated that they gave him like a goatee. It looked like
they gave him the looked like Chuck Liddell,
the flavor saver.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, it was very Chuck Liddell for sure.
Yeah,
very.
So real quick.
So did you switch Luke to the other color now?
No, he's still
not
on
yet.
Color.
Okay.
The front. Here's the back.
Yeah.
See how
you can tell the difference. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great, man.
So I'll just keep working that. You work that, and then eventually I'll switch over to the other color, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with that too. Joe line. In the beginning, I bought it because I'm a big G.I. Joe guy. I wasn't too happy with the Nerf guns and all that crap that they had, and
I painted all mine.
yeah, I'm a firm believer that once Valve started dropping these figures, G.I. Joe's like, we got to step up our game here because this guy's dropping. And you know what? It helped because the G.I. Joe stuff is looking good again. Shipwreck, he's coming.
I'm actually waiting on a Vala figure. I'm waiting to ship it from Big Bad Toy Store. I got one of those. What is it? Karak, I think was his name.
Karak?
Oh, yeah?
He's the leader of the best dude, man.
They're
all on that website. He's the leader of the bad guy army, dude. His army is
okay.
They're pretty cool, man. Karak, he carries a pump handle shotgun. He's pretty cool.
Yep. I mean, they got me with a freaking Greek style helmet. I'm like just a sucker for anything Greek style helmet.
Yeah, he's a Spartan.
What one? I just got Bone Collector.
Yes, that was another one I wanted to pick up. He looked cool.
Yeah, I snagged
He's
him.
Badass.
Yeah, and I have Desert Rat. There was like a few more I wanted.
Yep. No, they're all on Big Bad right now. There's no reason everyone is available. Yeah, everybody's available right now.
Yeah, no, that's really
there's
cool.
No. Okay. Let's see here. I hit that a little bit too much, but that's all right. We'll leave it. Okay, so I'm particular color.
Ooh, that looks fantastic.
Yeah, that definitely broke up the wash.
Yeah, it breaks the wash up a lot. You still see some of the shine. Like I said, once you hit it with a flat,
right, it kind of tones it down.
Coat, that's gonna dull it all down, and you don't have to worry about that.
Nice.
I was actually telling Tim about that because he introduced me to that Mr. Hobby spray sealer, or to finish your pieces. Yeah, I used the smaller can. It's the same thing, I think. Same exact thing.
Yeah.
Close.
And dude, I swear to God, that thing will make your piece more matte than what it is with the matte paint. It's amazing stuff. I love that stuff.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with a second dry brush here to bring it out a little bit more, but I'm not gonna go on as heavy as the last one. It's called Death Claw Brown.
That's another one I love.
Which is lighter brown than the one we just used. Yeah, so that G.I. Joe line is pretty good, man. I like it.
It's getting better. It's getting better.
Yeah.
We got a Sergeant Slaughter because of that Slaughter, so now
I have the Valverse.
We need one.
Yeah, I have the Valverse Slaughter, so I'll keep that one.
Yeah, that one's pretty cool. I like that one. So I got one. I got version 2 of it.
Is version 2 the one with the jacket or the?
I got the one where he's the tank top one. Yeah, I bought that one before G.I. Joe to bring that one back out.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, with this,
does look nice.
I'm kind of like hitting it here and there, like random.
Right.
I did the other one.
More sporadic with this one.
Yeah, because I'm like, it's not gonna be as bright here, not gonna be as bright there. So I'll just look where I think I want to have it. You do this, you just do it with whatever suits you. You know what I mean? Whatever's pleasing to your eye. So some people be like, oh no, it's whatever you like.
I agree.
I mean, at the end of the day, too, we sell customs. We sell all of our customs now. But you know what? You're really in this because you're doing, and you got to be happy with what you're doing because it's for you. It's no, you know, if I'm happy with something, hey, you know what, I like it. You know.
Right on. Well said.
Now with this particular color, now there are some ruffles in here. I'll try to hit that a little bit heavier because I really want those creases to pop out.
Mm.
You know, so I'll try to hit those a little bit heavier, so you can kind of see those a little bit more, even in the front too.
Well, that one will actually give it a more worn look too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it does give it a little bit like, okay, yeah, there's a lot of action.
Yeah, the way it balances against the other brown, definitely.
And I'll try to put it a little bit to let this pop out here. See here,
Nice.
here, and on this side here. You know.
Nice. Yep.
Up that. I guess dry brush, nothing crazy. You know, you just want to look a little bit more worn at than where it wouldn't look worn at.
Right. I think you're right. It just comes down to preference, really.
Yeah, it does. It's really like, you know, you want us you don't like, you know, hit it here and there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of happy with where this is at right now.
It's looking good from where I'm sitting.
Mm-hmm.
If you look here now, you can kind of see where I kind of emphasis right here. We, you know, and here and in here. You know, that would just be like where it's more worn at. I just throw this here and there. So kind of like now with the second dry brush, you kind of lost some of it, but you know, it's kind of dulled it down to where we were when we first started.
Right. Now,
so I'm kind of happy.
Tomorrow, Lou, can you do us a favor and actually post some pictures of this?
Yes, that's what I will do. Is I'll completely when I'm done with it, and I clear it. I'll post pictures and I'll get a front side review of this.
Nice.
I'm gonna go into. We've got a little piece here.
Run in there, yeah, on the collar piece.
Yeah, so yeah. So I'll probably get a little quiet because I need to concentrate on this. But,
Are you working? Are you going to do that now? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna lay. And I think I'm actually. This one had a dark brown.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. Maybe we'll make that black.
Oh, nice.
Okay, nice.
You know, I try to, you know, we'll do things a little different. All right.
Uh-oh.
Bubbles are coming out.
Things are getting serious now, folks.
Yeah.
That's it.
You at home,
boys.
You may want to turn away.
I lost sight of him over there for a second with those camo pants. I was like, "Where'd you go?"
Thank you, Lou. Thank you. It was just enough for me to screenshot that.
That's great.
That's all right. I'll send you the picture of Stelios dancing later.
That's great.
You want to?
So you know,
go ahead.
Send him the clothed one too, the one that I'm actually wearing clothes. Send him that one too.
when I'm starting to paint like this piece here, I tend to whip out the goggles because I want to make sure that I'm not hitting that. You know, you could always go in and fix it, but the less you got to fix in the end, it's better.
Right.
But we've all screwed up. We always have to go back and it is what it is.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
fine.
Yeah, I mean touch-ups. That's a guarantee. So after I do the eye, which is the last thing I do,
You're
touch-ups
touching
is
up after that.
I guess touch-ups is the last thing I do technically.
Yep.
Yeah. A lot of
Kinda
people's like,
just
oh
I'll
my
go in
God.
and it's like,
proofread
right.
the piece, kind of.
Yeah. Because I'll take a picture of mine and then I'll zoom in. I mean, that's the best way to like see where you went wrong or where you spilled over. Because I've looked at a piece and I'm like, this looks great, and then I'll go and take a picture of it and I'll zoom in and I'm like, oh my God, I can see like, one little tiny brush stroke went over, but the color was so drastically different, it actually shows up. Like you know what I mean? It's might as well be a spotlight. So touch-ups, I guess, technically is last, but still, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people's like, oh my God. I always hear, oh, you're really clean. And the biggest thing
exactly.
is the fine detail right here is this is the part that makes or breaks. So when I'm getting into this detail section right here, if I can keep it as clean, I don't have much cleanup in the end, but the cleanup is
that to everyone, Eric.
important. You need it. You need the cleanup.
Right. I do that to everyone. It's not just you, Eric. Hey, what do you think of this piece I did? Well, zoom in. Take a look, shall we? I notice I don't get too many of those anymore, so they must not want to know what I think.
They don't want to know the truth,
right?
Yeah, they just post it. They don't even ask.
So Lou, you're getting down
sir.
in those. You're getting down in those crevices between.
Yeah, because if you look at this particular piece, that little black ring that I'm painting, it a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get in there to where it goes, before the leather meets this trim. And there's certain spots where I notice just trying to hit a little black. So if you look here.
Yeah, no, I can see. Yeah.
That's right on there, and I'm gonna hit it with the black.
Right on.
And they're not gonna notice that. But somebody like me and you that paint these, they get that black in there. Because my OCD starts kicking in, and I'm
yes, like, you ain't kidding.
You're like, once I put it on the table or I put it in the kitchen, but it's there.
Right. Yeah. Trevor, you ain't kidding. That's the one thing, because he said he screws himself when he takes pictures of his own painting work. Yeah,
especially with him, because he's got the high def stuff, so it picks up everything. Not like my phone camera.
But that's how we learn, and that's how we get better. Once I put a camera to this, once I put a camera to this thing, I gotta know if it's gonna hold up to a camera.
Right.
Exactly. I always like to describe it like this. I think that is because of customizers, they have that eye for detail. So I don't think it's necessarily that you're so hard at critiquing your piece. It's just that it's so easy for you to pick up a certain point that's not done right because you have that attention to detail.
Well, yeah. I mean, for me, and that's the same reason. Like, I do that for you or Eric Miller or anyone else. It's when you zoom in, a lot of people, especially for me, when I'm looking at people's work, like Rich Kais, when I'm looking at his work, I zoom in. Yes, I love the overall glamour shot that's far back. It's beautiful, but presentation can be misleading. So I want to zoom in. I want to see how these painters are actually doing these pieces. So when I zoom in and I see all that, it's hard. It's, I'm just like, did they stop caring? No. I don't mean that in a bad way.
Yeah,
like,
right.
I've worked on something and I was just like, it felt like work more than enjoyment. So, it was, I've definitely like rushed through just to get rid of it. It was just like, oh, I just want to be done.
Yeah.
You know, because I want to, you know, I did the head and this torso is just taking me way too long. Like, you know, I want to move on to, you know what I mean? And it comes down to an actual Mythic Legion torso that I'm painting. So it's already painted, but because I decided to go in and repaint it, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Now I'm being extra hard on myself because it's like I have to cover everything and it's got to look good. There can't be any kind of spillover.
They can't, exactly.
So
I totally get it.
Blue, that looks great, man. I'm just trying to talk to give you time so you can.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, I get it.
Good question for you, Tim, and for everyone in the comments too. Feel free to answer. Can you use those glasses, those magnifying glasses?
You can, but there's something about a photo that captures it even more than the magnifying glasses.
Not necessarily that, but do you work with those? Like, can you comfortably work wearing those? I personally cannot use them because they mess up with me. That, you know.
You mean what I'm using
mess up my vision
right now, or
yeah, like what Lou's got on, what Tim's got on right now.
Yeah,
what lovely eyes you have.
I live by those. If I didn't have those, I wouldn't be doing anywhere near the work that I'm doing.
It's a game changer.
You
got to get used to it.
I think, like Lou says, I think it's something you definitely have to get used to.
Yeah, once you
you don't use those still.
If you see me when it's time to get up close and personal, I look like a crazy man because first and foremost I am nearsighted, so I'll take my glasses off first and foremost, and it's literally like this close to my face.
So why wouldn't you wear those?
You know, I actually do have a pair right here of them.
Oh wow,
it's just
those are
for me.
different.
I don't know. You know, like
those
it just magnifies it. What's that?
Those are different from mine. And
yeah, they're definitely the more affordable brand. I don't know how much yours was, but I got this at Harbor Freight Tools.
These were like $20, maybe.
Yeah,
got them off Amazon.
Listen, wait. Eric Miller says he doesn't use any of that stuff. Well, right, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Yes.
This level.
He's like, you want to know what I use? A cover, an eye cover. That's what I use.
Eric Miller's like, I just pick up the brush and it does everything. It just done.
You know what he says? I paint blindfolded for a challenge.
The White Samurai.
All right, so I'm happy kind of with this here. I might touch it up. I mean, you get that little ring in there, but as you add your color here, that'll, you know. So
good.
Green for his undershirt.
Nice. What green? That's the key.
Caliban green.
Ooh. Let me see if I've got that one.
It's a little dark green.
I don't.
You know,
oh yeah, for dark green I use the Vulcan green. Live long and prosper.
So
exactly.
Let's see here.
So when it's time to change the paint, Lou.
Yeah.
You've already dipped your little balls into it. Do you take them out and put them in different containers? Do you use the same balls?
I can get the balls out. I will use them in another, you know what I'm saying? Usually if I'm out of this color and I'm getting this new color here,
right,
I'm going to try to transfer the if I can. Sometimes I can't. I try to use a magnet.
So you just chuck your balls out?
That's right. If not, I just replace them with other balls.
I feel like Beavis and Butthead right now. Talking about all these balls.
All this ball talk.
Yeah, exactly. Curtis, the giggles begin. It's unreal. Don't mention poop or pee, and we'll be like. So is that more like a forest green or hunter green? Well, I guess that's kind of close to one another.
It's actually
it's
it's a
dark.
pretty dark one.
No, I like it.
It's a nice looking green. I don't get a chance to, but here's perfect excuse to use it today. You know what I mean?
Right on.
It's
Hey,
nice. It's always,
guys,
it's always.
I'll be right back, you guys. I'm gonna go grab something to drink.
Yeah, it's always nice to try to play with different colors and.
I'll tell you what, especially with that piece, Lou, that
Yeah.
little color inside is a very nice piece to kind of just try like an extravagant color on, because even for me, I did it with the blue when I painted that piece, and it looks really good.
When I did my logo and I had the scorpion torso, I actually went with a like a burgundy on top of the black. Really came out good. I liked it. Maybe when I'm done here, what I mean, like, because I like that these pieces you can underpaint. You get to, like you said, you get to experiment, put different colors in there.
Totally.
I think it's just cool. So I'm gonna let it dry real quick. Let me hit the inside. And this is another piece here. Like it has an inside collar. But you know what? But if you wanted to be lazy, but nobody's ever going to see that anyway. I'm not going to put no paint in there. But that drives me insane,
Yep.
So I'm going to get that paint in there because for me, it makes a paint job.
Yeah, it totally does. Especially
So
too
I'll
once you go with like
dry.
the skin tone in there, it'll look really good too.
Yeah. So I'll let it dry. But now you can see how you got brown, black, and then the green. So we start to break up, which I had to break it up.
Yeah, the colors are working off of each other, which is really nice.
I like that. Yeah. When I painted this one, I went with a dark. I put that cream, almost khaki color in there.
Yeah.
So it's a good breakup. Then I'm of this with a dark brown here. So I'm thinking about I'll color green here. I'll make those laces black. So I think that'll come out nice.
Guillermo's saying how much he loves that torso and he feels bad putting a bearded piece on it. It is true. The beards do cover a good amount of detail sometimes.
That's what happens with a lot of these particular for dwarves, and they're so beautifully done. But I mean, the minute we on them, we do lose. Well, this one ain't too bad, but we lose them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We lose some. Or if you go with something like this, which is like really cool, you've done.
Those heads are so nice, but those beards are just cover that whole chest.
Yeah.
I have the hood on mine because I got that same torso, but I got that hooded piece from my action figure customs.
So this piece is actually painted for this. It's not bad.
Oh yeah, I remember.
It doesn't cover.
Yeah.
So
I
think
too bad.
That'd be look pretty good. No, shorter one that they offered, I painted one up too. I think that's pretty cool. Look shorter. Now you can see even more. So you can see
very nice
even more. But you like you said though, because the door's got the beard and stuff. But what are you gonna do? Unpainted? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, you're never gonna see it anyway.
Yeah, but it's there, so it's gonna bother you.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, exactly. So this is dry.
So are you going back for touch-ups now, or just touching it up?
A second coat of the green.
Second coat.
Yeah, I'm. You know what I mean?
Are you
like
going to
two
go in and do
nice thing.
the drawstrings a different color, Lou, or are you just going to leave them with that green?
Those will be. I'll make those black.
Yeah.
That'll match with the here. That'll help break this up a little bit here too. You know, just by going in with that black there.
Totally.
You know. Like I said, with the humidity, the paint's drying really fast tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good in a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's definitely helping out.
So we'll
with
let
the
that
episode.
dry. Yeah, even the wash dried pretty quickly here, which is great. So I'm gonna go in and I'll hit the strings with some black,
Mm-hmm.
and then I
The
got a couple more things to do.
pieces, Lou, that are where the arm sockets are. You know how it kind of has that little like rounded piece on those areas.
These
Yeah. Are you gonna paint that a different color, or are you just gonna leave it kind of that worn leather look?
I think I'm gonna go with actually a gold trim on that,
Nice.
just to help it pop a little bit,
Mm-hmm,
you know,
mm-hmm.
and then we'll be good. This is almost, but you know, this is a simple little torso that you can paint up. You know, gives you an idea how to, you know, you get a little bit of everything. You get some dry brush. You know, you get a little bit of everything in here. So I thought it'd be a good little torso to paint up and paint it up. What you could do with it, things like that. You know, I mean, there's tons of great torsos out there, and you know, there's a lot of 3D companies that offer a lot of great stuff, and M.A.F.C's got some really good stuff. You know, and it just takes a little bit of paint to bring out those nice details. You know, here's another torso. There's. I'm gonna paint this up. Leather one.
Yeah, that's another
it's,
leather torso.
When I actually do this one, I'm gonna go with like a 2 different color brown in here, 2 different color. You know, so I got a good idea for that one. You know.
Very nice.
All right, so that green is dry already. So I'm gonna try to lay down the colors for our things here. Yeah, and if anybody got any questions, just feel free.
Yes, definitely.
We could answer them while we're doing it. It's not that bad. Yeah, any comments, any questions?
Yeah, great stuff. And for anybody that doesn't know and wants to follow Lou on Instagram, post his Instagram right here on the screen. So if anybody wants to give him a follow, definitely check out his stuff. Like we said, his Godfire stuff is excellent. And I believe he's still building on that. His Mud Thumps is another excellent series that he's drawn up and put together. So definitely go give him a follow for sure.
Yeah, I'm on Reach. You know, I'm on there. I'm on Instagram. You know, a lot of guys know me by now, but when you're new to me, you know, you can check my stuff out. You can give me a holler. Right, you got. You know, I'm happy to answer.
You guys, I just read that Will Cruz is going to be at PowerCon. Last minute, he is going to get to make it.
Wow, oh, really? That's great.
Yep,
awesome.
booth 300.
Nice.
Yeah.
So is it going to be with AWOC or no?
Yeah, Superior Toys.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Nice, dude. Awesome.
Very cool.
They'll be at Legion's Con as well.
Yeah, he'll be at Legion's Con. I think he's also flying in to do some distribution with AWOC stuff once it's here, but I'm not 100% sure.
When is that coming out? Is that this month? Or I'm sorry. Well, yeah,
I do believe from what they said, it got pushed back a little bit, but AWOC figures should be coming out, I believe, next month. End of this month, maybe next month. Who knows if
Nice.
everything is
Will's a
going good.
great guy, man.
Yeah, yeah. That's that Shogun head I painted is actually for him.
Love that head. You killed it. You know, when we went to Toylanta, man, I was torn between the Shogun with the man bun, but I really wanted that bald bastard.
It is a great sculpt. Kevin DeLees did great job on these.
You
I believe all of
see
them,
my
the
thinking.
pauldrons and the swords, the katanas, excellent stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
That's the
look at that.
Ronin, right?
Yeah, that's the Ronin head. That's just what a beautiful sculpt.
Mhm.
I mean,
I bought all that stuff with anticipation of getting extra Lithia fit those pants.
Mhm.
right? Yeah. Those would look great with those.
Because actually, I've got a Monkey King. I've got a Shaolin Monk that from Toylanta, and then I got another one that I want to do like an Asian themed. I won't do nothing with him, so I start getting some of that Alithia stuff. And
We had a question here. Let's see. Happy Pursuits. He says, "Do the arms snap into the custom torsos tightly?"
depends. So, but you have to. So if I could show you real quick.
Do you use that tank bond? That's what I'm looking for.
I'll tell you what I do. I don't even use plumber's tape anymore. You could buy this from your store. This is that heat shrink wrap that you can get from for Alexa. So what I do with it is actually I slip it on and I heat it up and I let it get dumbass. I'll show you. So if I notice that I got a torso and it kind of slips and it doesn't fit onto my liking, I'll use this. And what I do is I just take it right here. I slip it on and cut it off right here. And then I'm just going to take a hair dryer. This is going to, and then that sometimes helps make up the difference inside this hole here.
Yeah.
So then when it gives you enough friction to where they hold in nice and tight.
Yeah.
M.A.F.C's got some pretty about that too much, but remember, it's 3D printed. Everything's not perfect.
Yes.
But that's what I think fit tight inside holes for me. Anyway.
Nice.
I will say the one thing is that when you are putting the parts on a torso like that, make sure that those are the parts that you do want on that torso. Because you can't sit there and pop and swap a whole bunch of times. It's gonna, the resin will get loose or brittle.
Be prepared for what you want to do and just
definitely have a
know
plan
what you want to do with it.
Yeah.
Because the resin torso, it's good stuff, but it's not really meant to be messed around with and played with.
Durable item.
I don't mind it on the torsos too much because once you get the torso, but when you're dealing with like shins and arms and legs and things like that, that's when you really want to make sure you made the right decision. Because I've seen somebody really,
Lou, that's looking great, man.
Thank you, sir.
I really like that green that he used.
All right, so
I'm not gonna lie, it's got kind of like a bluish hue to it too. From maybe it's just my camera,
it's kind of got
a little
bluish tint. Yeah, but so I went ahead and painted up the the pull string, so that kind of helps too.
Yeah, it definitely brings it out.
So it's really nice. I'm gonna get covered by a beard anyway, but at least it's there.
You need a short beard for that.
Yeah. If you'd had I had one, but they haven't had enough. So like see if you had like, say if this was like a dwarf head,
Right.
you'd still get to see it, but you know, many short-haired dwarves. So what are we gonna do? You know,
That is also true.
there's actually creases in here in this particular sculpt, and I got a few wash ideas. I'm thinking about maybe a green, but I'm not gonna pull that out. I might hit it up later on, maybe see if I can get some little bit of wash in that.
Right.
What I want to do now is I want to like this. I'm gonna hit this section right here.
Nice.
And I was thinking of actually going with like a gold trim.
Very nice.
See how that pops. See how that pops with that brown that we have right there, you know. And for that, I'm going to use, which is my favorite gold in all of the Citadel Tribute armor.
Nice.
I just love this gold for some reason. It's a really nice color.
Right.
And anybody that paints should know that there's actually metal flakes in this and these particular colors.
Yep.
Once you use this, I suggest you change your water, because those water there, and you go wash your brush out, and then you'll be putting that flake all over the place if you don't know, you know.
Yeah, that's true. Drew Grubb said there's no dwarves with a short beard. Those guys are not dwarves. They're just short guys.
I've only seen one dwarf come out with a short beard. That was it. I think the young dwarf or whatever it was. And it's a good sculpt. Really short beard, though. Really. Okay. So before I go into crazy detail here with that little
Curtis, it's just any hobby store you can get those from.
What's that?
They heat wrap.
Actually, I get them from a Home Depot.
I was gonna say, if you go to the electrical section, I think, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's where you get them from, the electrical section. As a matter, well, if you want to get really picky, if you really look in here, there's actually another layer inside here. That technically, if you wanted, you could paint that, and then you could just highlight this with the gold. But I'm just gonna go all gold right here. But it could be green, because that could be his shirt.
Right.
But I'm just gonna. I'm just gonna go. By
the time you port the arm in, no one's gonna see it anyway.
Who's really? Because now if I stare, you're not even gonna realize that should be green. Now if I was those new arms, I would paint that green, because now you got the green arm. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now you got the green to match that up. You know what? I don't even know why I paint in the sockets. I mean, you're not gonna ever see it.
Sometimes I tend to do it too. You know, if you got the paint on the brush, it's just, you know.
Yeah, I see on the inside. You know, my main thing is I want to make sure that I hit that detail on the outside where they show.
Now, Lou, will you offer this piece for sale, or will you just throw it onto a custom and then possibly sell the custom?
Honest with you, I haven't gotten that far yet. Maybe sell it, maybe put it on a custom. Who knows? Maybe even do a giveaway. Maybe give it away. Who knows? Maybe we do a giveaway for this show here. You know, we'll figure something out.
Eugene posted if anybody was interested for those little heat up ties things that Lou's talking about. He said he found a whole bunch of different sized ones on Amazon for $10.
Yeah, they're cheap.
Not bad.
They're little. I'll let that dry inside there. I'll probably hit it again, and then we'll start to hit the outside. Actually, they've got bigger sizes too that you could even use on the org scales.
Nice.
So you get those big torsos from M.A.F.C.
Nice.
Well,
Damn, that's huge.
this guy, yeah, this guy. But I mean, you shrink wrap that to the ball.
Dude.
That'll give you more friction inside.
Yeah.
Right.
I've not seen that
And
thing in someone's hand. That thing is massive. That
Hold on.
double-headed torso.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah, I
be
have
the
the
first to
assistance
admit,
version.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
you can you can kill
Well,
someone
yeah.
with that thing.
Right? You ain't kidding. Yeah, look at how he's holding it, and then look at like the size right there. Is
Oh
just,
my goodness!
Yeah.
look,
But
but
I got this.
I will be the first to admit I have women hands. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad
They're quite lovely.
thing. Thank you, sir.
Remind me of that freaking, what was it? It was a Whopper commercial where the guy's like, I can't eat the Whopper because I got these tiny hands. And he's like,
I sold my two-headed orc at Toylanta. My
Oh wow.
two-headed, so gonna be the next ones. The
Nice.
tooth broke, but I'll fix it.
I was gonna say
That's
that actually looks cool without the tooth.
I know it broke.
Like you just got one fang. That looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty. I'm deciding if I'm gonna fix it or not. But I
like to
have the tooth.
I like to utilize that, because if that does happen from any 3D printed piece, no matter who you're getting it from, sometimes it just happens in shipping. But I'll use that as the advantage. I'll use that as the advantage to have something different. So, like if a tip of an ear broke off, I'll leave it and I'll prime it, and then I'll paint that part of the ear that broke off. I'll give it that other color so it looks like, you know what I mean? Like it's been missing for a while, that almost like decay look or even like a scarred look.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I've done that before. I've had to.
Yeah, I mean,
I've had a couple.
It gives you a chance to have something unique. Everyone else's pieces came fine. Instead of going, oh man, this sucks. It's like, I'd look at that as opportunity.
Before,
Guillermo says battle damage.
Yeah, exactly. Guillermo, you're right, man. Battle damage. That's the way 100% it's got to be.
Right. My dog be walking by. All right, let's the rims on this guy.
The goggles are back on.
It's gotten serious again.
That's right. Detail right here. You really don't want to friggin' screw this. We all do. You know what I mean? It's part of.
Yeah, I think that's probably one of the hardest things is when you get so far on a piece as far as completion, and then you kind of do something that just you weren't planning on. I think that's one of the worst.
You guys want
ever.
Okay, so I've got to basically finish last night, right? And I was gonna clear it with some of the mister, and it's so fucking hot down here that I sprayed them up on me. I was like, oh no! So the sculpt had a white film on it. Like, what am I gonna do now? This thing is basically done, and I just filmed it.
Yeah.
I stopped, save the sculpt. I had to do a little bit of repaint, but oh my god, you want to talk about pissed? But I was like, oh my god. But it happens, man.
Yeah. Sadly, it does. I think a lot of it plays a part in the package handling from shipping companies. Because I've never ordered a piece from somewhere and it was just floating around in the box. You know what I mean? It's always been padded.
About that, I mean, the worst is, see, I buy I buy stuff from. Listen, I will buy a piece from China if I like the piece first, because you're like, oh my god, what if this thing shows up broken? I haven't had anything show up broken, but oh man, you want to talk about disappointment?
Yeah, I hear you.
Those guys over there, they're doing some great stuff too, man. But they just,
Oh yeah.
It's a different world.
I honestly, it might sound a little bad, but I love Uncle Jim's workshop. His weapons are excellent, and I love the quality of his stuff. And I feel like his stuff is way more durable too, like the quality of plastic that he uses. And I just can't help but think to myself, I'm like, dude, they're using probably something that's like so toxic to work with, and they just don't have labor laws over there, so they could just do it, compared to let's say whatever the resin is that they're using here. But I don't know.
Makes me wonder if it's injection molded. I don't know.
I do believe so, because it doesn't seem like his thing is like resin. Some of the things that I've gotten, but I could be wrong.
Got a lot of his. I have off. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's good stuff. It's really good stuff. Now he's starting to make stabs, and he's giving you metal pieces to put them together, so you don't.
Yeah, I think it's cool that his pieces kind of come apart and you kind of assemble them and combine them. I think it's pretty cool.
It is really cool.
Because the cool thing is that you're like, okay, you're putting a handle on the sword, but at the same time, you're like, okay, this has a metal rod in it. So it's going to be pretty durable,
Lou, that looks fantastic.
Just got hit, sir. Appreciate that.
I'm going to say, Lou, that gold brings out that brown even more.
Mm-hmm.
I try to make it, I try to make things pop. A little bit of
that gold
metal.
That was a great choice. Great choice of color for that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Now you picture, you give them and then it would really look pretty cool. Yeah, Uncle Jim's, and he ships. Takes a little while to get here, but he gets it out fast.
It's about a month, give or take. That once you place the order.
For Uncle Jim.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what it took.
He's cheap.
It just takes it takes a while to get over the seas. I guess that's anything you get, directly from China.
And he's cheap, man. He doesn't charge that much.
Yeah.
I think that's probably one of the key things is, it's good quality. The price is great, and I believe the shipping too is it's $10 initial and then just $2 anything else you add after that. So even the shipping's not that bad.
Exactly.
For coming all the way from China. Shit.
I know. Man, it's crazy. I deal with there's not an English they're good guys, man. It's just hard to get. You figure out what you want. They hook you up, man.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. China and Chinese toy producers are putting themselves on the map, I think. I honestly feel like the last couple of years have been coming out with some really cool stuff, and not necessarily, licensed stuff or, named stuff, but
you see those 5
stuff, so it's,
you seen that 5K Toys Ninja Turtle Samurai stuff they're doing?
Yes, dude. The Last Ronin stuff.
Yeah, that's badass.
What gold are you using, Lou? You got a couple of people asking.
This is called Retributor Armor. This paint. It's like a.
And it's a base. That's pretty nice. That's actually really nice. It's a base.
What I like about it is it's a base paint. It's it really lays well once you start getting it in there.
Mm-hmm.
And that a king would have, you know, it's like a royal gold to me. You know,
Right.
something like if you had like a character that.
Let me ask you this, Lou. Is
Had
it
like a
is
really-
it is it close to Magnus's color?
No,
So
No.
it might.
no.
I think it's a. You think
Say it again.
brighter there? You think it's brighter,
yeah,
Tim?
it seems to be. It's off by like a shade or two. It's really bizarre. Yeah, it is close, but yeah, now it's. I'm trying to see. I thought I had a Magnus piece around, but
Do you have that gold, Tim?
yeah. I like to use a specific gold though for certain things.
Yeah.
What do you like? What do you like to use?
I can't even get the lighting right on this. Yeah, you can't see it.
Okay, so like we were saying, so I've noticed that I got a little bit of more gold in here. So I'll just go in with that original base color because that's the darkest,
Right.
and I'll try to knock where I think I screwed up, and then that'll kind of help get rid of gold that I don't want.
Well, don't forget, Lou, we're all going to be zooming in on that.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be testing your work, buddy.
Gene says scale
Yeah, I know.
75 dwarven gold metallic with a couple of layers of Nullen oil will get you Magnus gold. You had Tim and Nullen oil.
I was in.
He was all in.
Next episode, we're gonna have a drinking game, and every time Nullen oil is mentioned, we're just gonna take shots.
I
Of
think
Newland
we'll be.
oil. Shots of Newland oil.
Oh god. Yeah, right. Just projectile vomiting the whole episode.
Okay.
It will be the M.A.F.C painting or puking academy.
I haven't given it a skin tone. Let's think about that with that gold there.
Yeah, Lou, that looks fantastic, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you put a little. You can, if you wanted to get crazy, you can come in here with a Seraphim sepia wash, the grooves here, and you can come back and you can hit that with a silver, like this silver right here.
Is that Rune Fang steel?
This is silver. That's a layer.
What is that?
And if
Which
you
one
want,
is
it's a Citadel layer post silver. And if you really wanted to, after you hit your like sepia in there, you can go with this and do a quick small highlight around there. On it.
Right, I got you. Nice.
You know what I'm saying? If you really wanted to get techno.
So,
but
you said it's Stormhost silver, right?
Yes, Stormhost silver.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Some of my paints are a little bit older, but I know they changed this. I think this is still available. You know, they're constantly changing names and things like that. With Citadel, they get on their stealing their paints. So, you know, I could what I want to do for a skin tone. So I don't know if I'm gonna do the skin tone tonight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. You don't. Yeah, you don't need to. We're already running at 2
I just
hours.
wanted.
No.
Yeah. You're actually gonna say that like I'm happy where this is at. You know.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks great right now.
Idea of. Let me put this up a little bit. Oh,
yeah. No.
I need to see my ugly face again. How about that? So this is where we're at with that one.
Good Lord. Look at Lou's basement. That is.
Look at the dog just stretching.
There you go. See?
And then, you know. So I think I got pretty close. What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
But I changed it up. You know, make it
I actually like the gold more than the silver. I love that gold.
I mean, look, if you guys look at this is what I use for this crown.
Yeah,
Same gold.
that's
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Same gold. I love that gold.
It's
I use it
beautiful.
whenever I can.
Do you
So I
use
think that's
metallics on
about
your gems,
it.
dude?
That is these gems here. So what I would do with this blue one here, with a silver,
Mm-hmm.
the lightest silver that I have, would be the Stormholes, because it's a very bright silver compared to like that silver.
Oh yeah.
right.
Where you see the. So I'm gonna hit it with this, and then when I'm done with that, I'm gonna take called Athematic Blue,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna glaze this up, and that's how you're gonna get this blue color right here for that particular.
Beautiful.
That when that dries completely, I'm gonna hit that with hard coat, which is basically a glue.
To make
And then
yeah,
that's gonna make that jewel pop right there.
Pop out, yeah.
And that's what for all my jewels is I will,
Yes.
this thing too is like this, that's a silver with a red over the top.
yeah, that's
totally.
really cool.
It's
That's a great
all
tip
about
right there. Great tip, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I like to see how far I can get with them and see what I can do, and I'm always constantly messing with metallics, those contrast colors over the top of them to see what and you get some really cool stuff with that, with the jewel effects and things like that.
Right.
So,
Curtis, speaking of the next episode, who is next? I believe it's Eric Miller.
Eric Miller's
Yes.
next, and he's
Oh, he is.
gonna
Yes.
do.
Yep, and we'll obviously work that out with Eric and find out when it's best for him. But yes, I believe he is the one who signed up next.
with the with the
guys,
wet
check this
palette.
out too.
You see, with the wet palette, you don't use much in there,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't have to re-up
Been
it or
over an
anything,
hour too.
and it keeps it fresh. Paint is really wet. I can close this and seal it, and I can use this tomorrow.
That's really cool.
It's once you learn it, and for blending paints, which we all blend paints, it's great for blending paints as well.
Awesome. Yeah.
But I hope just this little tutorial just showed you guys painting. We could do some dry brushing. We could lay some base paints down. Use a little much to whatever you got in your toolbox. You use it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, Lou, I got to tell you, man, a huge thank you for doing this.
Yes.
I don't think there's anyone that's joined that's not a fan of your work. So I truly greatly appreciate it, man.
Yes. Yes.
And anyone who's never met Lou, make a point to meet Lou. He's fantastic.
Appreciate that.
No, seriously, man, because being being between you and Eric Miller at Toylanta, my table was right in between you guys, and I mean it was amazing. Great conversations, great guys. Yeah.
Stell, he walks in, he goes, "Fuck." I was like, "What's the matter?" He goes, "I got fucking Eric to my list. Ain't gonna be fucking good." I said, "Bro."
Yeah, I was like, fuck, I was sandwiched in between two greats, like two titans, and there I am. I'm like, excuse me, right?
But what I say, Rich? I said, "Rich, listen, man. You're gonna sell. People's gonna like you. Just relax, man."
Yeah.
Sure enough, bro.
I get it. Yeah. No,
You killed it.
Anybody,
Bro, you had a good week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's confidence. You know what I mean? And what I like about when we do those is us as artists, so we can all meet. We can pick each other's brains. We can talk to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And you're doing this painting stuff because we all met at Toylanta and came up with some. Think about it. So I think it's really cool. We could start something, and 2 episodes in, and we'll just keep going. I think it's great. Eventually,
Yeah.
Me too.
Eventually, bro, Tim, you're gonna have to get some paint.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know, Guillermo actually
Guillermo
has
said it. Yep.
something. Yeah. I wasn't.
You know,
listen, the intention of me co-hosting, that was never a thing. I actually offered just to help Stell out, you know, just to you know, because again, I can't paint and talk. So I'm like, you
it's
know,
okay.
so there's no dead air. I was like, you know, because what, you know, Nikki and you, and, you know, I don't even know if Eric Miller can paint and
so
talk.
how about
you know? I mean, that's
we do when it's me and Stella talk, and then you only answer a question if it's asked to you. How about me and Stella could talk?
Either that, Tim, or we can.
I mean, I'll be in line for sure.
Because
but
I honestly feel what we should do with Tim is he has to paint, and then we get Morgan Freeman to narrate what he's doing. I think that would be the best thing ever. You know, he's just talking. You know, Tim's just working, and Morgan's, you know, just spilling it out for Tim. You know, I think that would be the best thing ever.
The way I look at it, dude, one thing I know that Tim paints his ass off with, and I'm amazed at it. And when I see his weapons, I'm blown away because you know what? Weapons to me are always like an afterthought to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But now after I've seen your stuff at Toyland, it makes me say, you know what?
Thank you.
To really concentrate on making my weapons look a little bit better. You know, they actually do.
Yeah, thank you, Lou.
You know,
seriously.
Well,
and that's.
But yeah, like we said, guys, I got to meet Lou at Toylanta for the first time, and let me tell you, he is a man who loves what he does. He is so genuine, and you can tell when you do have a conversation with him in person, and you're talking about this certain stuff. He is just so passionate, and like he said, you know, he'll bounce ideas off of you. He will get ideas from you. And it was just an absolute honor and a blast to have him on tonight. To be our teacher for tonight. So thank you so much, Lou, man. Thank you for agreeing to doing this for us.
No problem.
It's been the
fellas.
Thank you. And all you guys too for tuning in and watching us live.
Yep.
Thank you so much. Those of you going
That's right,
to
everybody out there.
Yes. Those of you going to PowerCon, you guys have a great time. Have a blast.
Be safe.
Take pictures. Share with us all the things you see over there. Eric Miller's in the next episode. So definitely we'll keep you guys posted on that as soon as that's coming to fruition. And yeah, stuff added to the store soon, guys. I'd say probably within the next couple of weeks. My Action Figure Customs will be restocking, maybe adding a couple new things. And other than that, thank you so much for tuning in, and you guys have a great night.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, Lou.
Thank you so
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hey, hit you guys.
Late.